Gibson acquires Mesa. Pandemonium ensues as global markets descend into chaos. Is now the time to panic? Stay tuned to find out.
What's up, beloveds? It's JB Eckl. Welcome to my channel, and especially welcome to Volume 1 of Tones from the Boogie Barn, in which we hang out here at the Boogie Barn and explore the sounds and the instruments that comprise the music we so fiercely adore. And it's gonna get nerdy, so civilians, be forewarned. First off, as you may notice, I'm a huge fan of Mesa Boogie amplifiers. I've been working with Mesa for some years now as an artist, and every amp I currently own is made by them. I'm always astonished at the incredible range of beautiful tones I'm able to get from this little array of amps I have back here. And, you know, it's just humbling and a source of gratitude to be part of that family. I first discovered Mesa from working with my guitar hero, Carlos Santana, many years ago, who famously put the word boogie to the brand and kind of put them on the map. As far as Gibson is concerned, my first guitar ever was a 1970s L6S, and my #1 main guitar for many years, for 25 years, has been a Gibson Custom Shop ES335. So I have a long history with both of these brands. They've been part of my life as a fan and as a player for a long time. So imagine my surprise when, just like everybody else, I heard that it was announced out of the blue that Gibson is acquiring Mesa. Huge guitar industry bombshell. And it happened right on the eve of me launching this little series in which I'm going to be featuring that gear as well as all the other stuff that I use. So the knee-jerk reaction that I have encountered on the internet especially seems to go something like this. Oh my God, this is the end of Mesa as we know it. Gibson is a huge corporation and they're going to cheapen Mesa's brand and run it into the ground, etc., etc., etc. Which is, you know, it's an understandable reaction. But upon reflection, I want to share with you 5 reasons why this probably is not the case. Number 1, Randall Smith. Mesa's founder and CEO, Randall Smith, knows what he's doing. He's had this company for over half a century now. And he's seen a lot of other companies come and go. He's seen the big ones go through their ups and downs. And he's never caved and made a deal that cheapened his brand or, you know, gone corporate. So, you know, and in spite of staying small and kind of handmade, hands-on, he still somehow managed to be one of easily the top 3, 4, 5 of the most iconic guitar amp brands in the world. That's a massive accomplishment. So I think he deserves a little bit of credit to know when it's appropriate to partner up with a larger company. Number 2, the Gibson, this is really important. The Gibson of today is not Henry Juskowicz's Gibson. He gained a reputation of buying up tons of companies that had nothing to do with guitar and trying to turn Gibson into what he called a lifestyle brand. His words, not mine. And a lot of people's issues with Gibson really seem to be based on the decisions and the actions of the previous ownership. which is not to say that the new Gibson hasn't had their share of significant PR missteps. They definitely have, and most of us know that story already. But I don't think it's fair to compare that to the Juskowitz era when, for example, Glassdoor.com called Gibson one of the worst places to work in America. I have no idea what led up to that, but it can't be pretty. So the newer regime of Gibson seems to be getting things really on track, especially in terms of their product line, which leads us to number 3. Number 3, Gibson is making killer, well-conceived instruments right now. Gone are the days of the robot guitar and the Firebird X and a bunch of stuff which we shall not even mention. Most of the people I know are very, very pleased with the current lineup, which seems to be striking a balance between the vintage and the modern, something for every player without losing that Gibson identity that it has. This is a really hard sweet spot to hit, and I think they're kind of nailing it. So, kudos to them for that. Interestingly, Epiphone, inspired by Gibson, the affordable line, is making killer guitars for well under $1,000 that are being taken seriously as pro-level instruments. I have personally never been interested or known much about Epiphone, but now I have one on the way, and when it gets here, I will play it for you guys and make a video. But in the meantime, here is my new Gibson regime SG Special in faded Pelham blue, and it's a wonderful instrument that I've had for a while now, and you've been hearing it the whole time in the background of this video. Number 4, Gibson actually has a really cool history with amps. I don't know if you guys know this. There are some really cool old classics from decades past that if anybody can bring those designs back to life in a way that's relevant now and has some cool features that we expect out of a modern amp, it would be Randall and his team at Mesa for sure. And I don't know if you've been paying attention to this, but over recent years, Mesa has been excelling at creating some sort of old school vintage flavored designs like the California Tweed with updated features that are really powerful for modern players. So I'm 100% sure they're cooking up something interesting even as we speak. So I'm excited about that. And number 5, Mesa product has typically been really hard to get in a lot of parts of the world. You Mesa fans in Australia and Europe and Asia know what I'm talking about, which makes it prohibitively expensive. Gibson will presumably leverage their massive reach to make this problem go away. And people are now saying, oh, Mesa amps are going to be incredibly expensive. They're going to be more expensive than a custom shop Gibson Les Paul. But, Mesa is high-end stuff. If you go to the factory, you'll see that the stuff is not cheaply made and it's not cheap to buy. If anything, the partnership with Gibson will hopefully make them more accessible to more players in more parts of the world, and maybe even add some different price points, or maybe they'll just keep it the way it is. So that's my 5 reasons not to freak out about this news. A very important note, though, is that if you want to see a model of how this could play out to the benefit of all, you could check out the Yamaha Guitar Group acquisition of Line 6 a few years back. Yamaha gave Line 6 access to its worldwide distribution network and the financial resources for Line 6 to develop some of their loftiest goals, like expanding the Helix platform, which is something that I personally love and use every single day. Most of the people I know at Line 6 are still there, and the company and the community around Helix in particular is thriving. They haven't lost their personal touch. The customer service is still awesome. They continue to push the envelope every year. So their company values seem to have remained intact. So there is a way to get this right. So if, and this is a huge if Gibson chooses to let Randall and his team do their thing, remaining in Petaluma, California, maybe expanding their facilities, with the added reach of Gibson's massive brand, it could turn out to be a similar success story to what happened with Yamaha and Line 6. We'll see. You can come back in a year and tear me to shreds in the comments. It's fine. So, I love my Mesa amps. I love my old Gibsons. I love my new ones. And I'm giving this news the benefit of the doubt and hoping that this merger spreads the Mesa gospel far and wide, as it should be. So that's all I got. Thanks for watching. Give us a like, a sub, and a bell. And I'll see you in the next video. Onwards.